Hi. Psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. Simply put, what that means is that if it's scientific, a systematic set of protocols are followed that we call a scientific method in order to answer the questions in psychology. Behavior in psychology is anything that anyone or anything can do that you can watch, that you can witness. And finally, mental processes would be those things we can't physically see but we know are happening, like thinking, memories, consciousness, dreams, those types of things. Basically, psychology is the study of everyone and everything and what they're doing. Now, in order to study things in a psychological manner, the key is to understand the four basic goals of psychology. It's almost like a thought process. And so the first step in the four goals of psychology is to describe. And so in any situation or with any person we're dealing with, details matter, and paying attention to details matters. It's really easy to just look and see what you expect. But real describing is seeing the things you don't expect. It's taking time to look at all the details. And it's only after you look at all the details that you can even start to understand the situation. The next step, explaining. In the field of psychology, explanations are a complicated thing because there are multiple possible explanations for the same situation. Simply put, you could have a small child who's throwing a temper tantrum in a store, and it could be because they're hungry or they're thirsty or they're sick. But it also could be because every time they go to the store, they get a treat. So they feel like if they cause a problem, they get a treat. The idea is that in psychology, we need to consider all the different potential reasons for a behavior in order to really understand that behavior. Behaviors can be mental, physical, or socially caused. Here are the 8 approaches that your textbook talks about. Go to the next step, which is predicting. And in predicting, we actually can then look at the patterns of human behavior and figure out when something will happen instead of dealing with it after it did happen. And so this is where psychology starts to have its power, because you know what's going to happen ahead of time because you paid attention to the details and because you know all the possible reasons for behavior to happen. Finally, control. When we talk about control, psychology is a discipline that ultimately is aimed around helping people. And so when we talk about control in psychology, this is therapy. This is doing things in order to alter or correct behavior. This is finding the way to make your life better or to help other people. And so when we talk about control, it can be mind control and that kind of thing. But really what it's more about is that once we understand the process of human behavior, we can alter that behavior so that it's more advantageous to the individual. The first big task is going to be to look at basic behaviors and try to understand all the different possible reasons for those behaviors. And so our first step is really going to be gathering details and then learning how to ask questions. Over the next couple weeks, we'll be looking at these different approaches and how they ask different questions about behaviors, with the goal of being able to take any basic behavior and understanding all the different causes that could be behind that behavior. Once we do that, we can start digging deeper into how psychology tries to answer the big questions. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.